Hello and welcome to Liberty News. I am Aonduna Inga. In the headlines, federal government sets up probe committee on abducted Dapchi schoolgirls. Senate seeks peaceful coexistence among Nigerians. Condemn Kaswan Magani mayhem. Code of Conduct Tribunal adjourns Saraki's trial on false asset declaration to March 8th. And on the international scene, you will hear that Ethiopia wants individual groups against harassing parliamentarians set to rectify martial law. And on sport, Nigeria's Falcons pull out of Turkey's invitational tournament. Details of these and more will come to you in the bulletin. The federal government has set up a 12-member committee to unravel the circumstances surrounding the abduction of 110 students of the Government Girls Science and Technical College in Dapchi, Yobe State, following the attack on the school by insurgents on February 19th. According to a statement issued in Abuja on Tuesday by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, the committee was convened by the National Security Advisor, Babagana Mongunu. The committee, which will be chaired by a military officer of the rank of Major General, comprises of one senior provost, each from the Nigerian Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, representatives of the National Intelligence Agency, Defense Intelligence Agency, Nigerian Police Force, among others, as well as two representatives of the Yobe State government and a representative of the Office of the National Security Advisor. The terms of reference of the committee include ascertaining the circumstances surrounding the abduction of the girls, confirming the presence, composition, scale and disposition of security emplaced in Dapchi as well as in school before the incident, and suggesting measures that can lead to the location and rescue of the girls. And moving on, President Muhammadu Buhari has reiterated government determination to rescue all persons abducted by the Boko Haram insurgents. The president stated this while receiving the released 3 Maiduguri University lecturers and 10 women from insurgents' captivity at Asu Rock Presidential Villa, Abuja. Liberty News State House correspondent Hassan Umar Farouk now reports.
In his remark, President Muhammadu Buhari vowed to rescue all Nigerians abducted by the insurgents.
This government treasures all the human life, particularly that of its citizens, and following your abductions, the security agencies were directed by me to do everything humanly possible to ensure the safe release of every one of you and other persons under hold of the insurgents.
On recent abduction of some girls of Government Girls Technical College, Dapchi, Yobe State, said he had since directed all security agencies to immediately ensure that every effort is directed to ensure the safety of the school and students, as well as bringing back the abducted girls to their families.
I have since directed all security agencies to immediately ensure that every effort is directed to ensure that safety of our schools and students, as well as bringing back the abducted girls to their families.
The president said he remained very mindful of the pains and injury collectively meted out by the insurgents, and he will ensure that government does not leave any stone unturned to degrade and contain the insurgents and ensure the complete peace returns to the land. Earlier speaking, Director General of the Department of Security Service, Lawal Musa Daura, who presented the abductees to the president, said the search of the negotiation for the rescue of the victims commenced immediately after the president's directives, but the security agencies chose to negotiate with the insurgents because it was considered at the safest.
We chose the path of negotiation because it was considered as the safest, because any forceful attempt to rescue the victims could endanger their lives.
Speaking on behalf of the abductees, lecturer and doctor of geophysics, Dr. Solomon Nicholas Yusuf, thanked the president and Nigerians for their prayers and security agencies for their rescue.
Sir, we are grateful. You gave us hope when there was no hope, and we're excited. We thank you, sir. We also want to appreciate the DSS, the Nigerian Armed Forces, and also we want to appreciate Nigerians for praying.
The rescue lecturers were abducted by the suspected Boko Haram terrorists in Magumari, Borno, while the police officers' wives were kidnapped in a raid by a militant group on the military police convoy on Dambo Road near Maiduguri in June 2017. They are released after a series of negotiations, according to an earlier statement issued by the presidential spokesman, was facilitated by the International Committee of the Red Cross, in line with the presidential directives. From State House, Abuja, I am Hassan Umar Farouk for Liberty News.
The Senate on Tuesday condemned the recent religious violence that broke out in Kasuan Magani community in Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State. The Senate also called for peaceful coexistence among Nigerians irrespective of religious differences. The condemnation and appeal followed the adoption of a point of order raised by Shehu Sani at plenary. He described the violence which led to the killing of some residents and burning of houses as senseless. While expressing sadness over the destruction of lives and property in the affected community, the lawmaker, however, appealed for calm. He said that disagreement among Muslims and Christians could be resolved through dialogue, without engaging in violence. Senate Deputy President Ike Kweramadu, who called for peaceful coexistence among Nigerians, said that there was need for people to always demonstrate good morals and respect the sanctity of life. And moving on, a non-governmental organization, Citizens for Peace and First Aid Mission of Nigeria, has expressed its willingness to partner with Liberty Television and Radio for the sustenance of peaceful coexistence in the country. The paramilitary organization made their intention known during a courtesy visit at the station's head office in Kaduna. Liberty News correspondent Neka Luke has more in her report.
The Kaduna State Coordinator of Citizens for Peace and First Aid Mission of Nigeria, Suleiman Abdurrashid, also stressed the need for peaceful coexistence in the state and the country at large, which he says is one of the major focus of the organization.
To move together, to go to communities, places, areas and environment where we talk about preaching and telling the people the importance of peaceful coexistent society, and to ensure that most of the youth within that community are not engaged or used by anybody just for their selfish interest. And at the same time, try to bring the youth together to show them that the way of breaking the law is not a way forward.
And as the 2019 general elections draw near, the paramilitary organization stressed the need for hitch-free election across the country.
At the same time, tell people that we have been in different countries. Like Ghana, they have held election, no any violence. We have seen the one in Liberia, not so long. At the same time, in Nigeria, it's also possible. Politics is not a do-or-die affair. It is a very simple exercise where everyone can give his feelings.
In response, the management team of Liberty TV and Radio, led by its overseer, Bbb Liberty, in turn expressed the station's readiness to partner with the non-government organization.
And I assure you that Liberty will partner with you in trying to carry the messages of the public to enhance peaceful coexistence in the society.
If it's about partnering for peace, Liberty Media Group is in front.
The Citizens for Peace and First Aid Mission of Nigeria is a paramilitary non-governmental organization saddled with the responsibility of maintaining peace and order in the country, rendering first aid service in crisis or disaster situation, among other humanitarian services. Neka Luke, Liberty News.
And on the fight against insurgency, a joint operation involving Nigerian and Cameroonian troops have resulted in the killing of 35 Boko Haram terrorists. According to authorities of Operation Lafia Dole, troops took the battle to the terrorists in their enclaves at Kusha, Sudewala, Al-Kanerik, Madagwene and Mayan villages, all situated along Nigerian-Cameroonian border. Confirming the operations in a statement, Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, Colonel Onyema Machuku, said troops of Operation Lafia Dole have continued to maintain the momentum in the ongoing Operation Deep Punch 2 to seek out and clear Boko Haram insurgents from enclaves in the northern fringes of the Lake Chad Island and the Sambisa region. The troops also destroyed 4 improvised explosive devices, several motorcycles and bicycles belonging to the insurgents. 603 civilians held hostage by the insurgents were also rescued and conveyed to Bama and Polka towns, where they are currently being profiled before subsequent handover to the IDP camp officials. And a bit on politics now. Kaduna State Government Tuesday morning continued the demolition of the factional office of the All Progressive Congress APC, a property belonging to Senator Suleiman Hunkoy, located at number 11 Sambo Close, Kaduna. The bulldozer rolled into the site with armed policemen in 2 vans blocking the road from both ends and denying commuters access through Liberty News correspondent Abdulaziz Ahmed Kadri now reports.
The bulldozer was conveyed to the scene by an articulated vehicle and rolled into the building to flatten it to the floor, while officials of the State Urban Development Agency Kasubda were on ground seen moving what were left of personal belongings into a van. When Liberty News visited, a police sergeant, Egbunu Isa, prevented our crew from assessing the scene, insisting that the order was from above that no one, especially journalists, should be allowed to go near the demolition exercise. It took deft argument and insisting to see the most senior police officer before he bulged.
I'm here to make trouble. Sally, saurare ni. Kaga ni na dauke waya na kira PPRO. Yes. Is it with the PPRO you spoke?
I spoke to the PPRO.
What did you say?
He want to speak to the ASP.
Fine and good and fine.
You're not supposed to even go there.
Led by a Corporal Saleh Kamalu to an Assistant Superintendent of Police, ASP EC Ihiala, who supervised the exercise, ASP Ihiala told Liberty News that it was an order from above that no one should be allowed to access the scene or the road for the period the exercise lasts, thereby locking residents within the vicinity inside their houses. Press further who the above is that gave the order. ASP Ihiala said he will not say more than that and ordered Liberty News crew to leave the scene. When contacted, Kaduna Police Command Public Relations Officer, PPRO, ASP Aliyu Mukhtar said he was not aware of the incident nor the order. The PPRO, who was with the Commissioner of Police on their way to Kasuwar Magani in Kajur local government area for the on-the-scene assessment of Monday crisis that left 7 people dead, promised to check and get back to Liberty News, but was yet to call back at the time of this report. But reliable sources within the command said the order was given by the OC, Operation Yaki, the security outfit mostly controlled by the state government. It will be recalled that the property in question was demolished last week by the state government, citing non-payment of ground rent and using the property for non-residential purpose. Abdulaziz Ahmed Kader, Liberty News.
Finally, on the news, we'll look at the top stories. The federal government sets up probe committee on abducted Dapchi schoolgirls. Senate seeks peaceful coexistence among Nigerians, condemn Kasuwan Magani mayhem. Code of Conduct Tribunal adjourns Saraki's trial on false asset declaration to March 8th. And on the international scene, you were told that Ethiopia wants individual groups against harassing parliamentarians set to rectify martial law. And on sports, Nigeria Falcons pull out of Turkey's invitational tournament. As we sign out on the news, we leave you with Viewpoint. And on today's Viewpoint, titled Beyond Shekau, Beyond Sambisa, written by Abdul Hamid Babatunde, takes a look at the running battle by the military to eliminate the leader of the Boko Haram group, Abubakar Shekau. The news team wishes you a pleasant listening time, leaving you with this Liberty quote: try not to become a man of success, but rather to become a man of value, by Albert Einstein. My name is Aon Denaiga. Do have a pleasant evening.